Hello, everybody. My name is Franklin Donny D, the host of Donny D's Words of Wisdom and Donny D's Soul Sundays on Blog Talk Radio. But this is my main thing right here, is the Behind the Curtain show on Pasadena Media. And tonight, I have a wonderful lady with me tonight. Her name is Corie. She is a Christian pop artist. Corie, how you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
Awesome.
You know, it's a work of the Lord that we're sitting here right now.
I believe so.
Yes, because, you know, good friend of ours, Miss Jeter,
Yes.
Ari Jeter, matter of fact, hit me to you.
Yes.
And you came on my radio show several years ago.
Yep.
And I was driving down the street a couple of weeks ago, and I'm thinking about guests, because that's always on my mind. I'm thinking about guests, and I'm listening to my gospel station, and then a song came on that reminded me of you for some reason. I contacted you, and here we are. Tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Corie, and I am a Christian pop artist. I started in music as a PK, pastor's daughter.
Okay.
And I started in a small church, and you know, if you know about small churches, you know that whenever there's a need, you are involved with it. And since my dad was the pastor, I was involved with pretty much every musical. And one of my first performances, I actually slowly started stepping off the stage to the left, and I booked it. I ran off the stage. So I was probably one of the most fearful kids to be performing. And it's funny how God calls those who are not necessarily qualified, but those who are willing.
Okay.
And throughout the years, I started growing in my skills and became confident enough to lead worship in the church. And I got involved in college in other worship teams, and I even joined like a little rap group and a Spanish singing group.
Oh, you're well-rounded, ladies and gentlemen.
And what was funny with the group that I sang with in Spanish, they spoke very little English. I spoke very little.
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish. But somehow when we came together, it worked. You know, musically, we were able to make it happen. And then a couple years after college, someone prayed over me and said they were going to give me a musical opportunity that God was going to open up a musical opportunity that I hadn't had before.
Okay.
And within like 6 months, a friend of mine, Kimmy Cartwright, she told me, you know, you should really record some of your songs. And she brought me into the studio, and before I knew it, the producer called me up and said, let's do an album. So I made an album, and then a couple years later, I made a second album.
Okay. Well, listen, you're going to do three songs for us today.
Yes.
And can you tell us the names of them, please?
Well, the first one is called Don't Mess, and that song is my most upbeat of the album.
Okay, all right.
And more of a dancing kind of song, and shows a little bit of my Rialto roots, because I grew up in Rialto.
Rialto in the house, okay.
And then my second song is called Promised Land.
Yes, I know that one.
Yes, and then my third one is Greatest Commandment.
Oh, I think I know that one too.
Do you?
I think.
Okay.
I think so. Now, if people want to contact Corie for bookings or want to contact you or anything, your fan page, how do they contact Corie?
Well, my email is coriegirlmusic@gmail.com, and my name is spelled Corie, so it's coriegirlmusic@gmail.com.
Okay, and if, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't remember that, you know how to contact me, Franklin Donny D, and I will make sure that you get in contact with her. or I might get her manager, her new manager, Ms. Jeter, to take over and take care of that. Okay, well, listen, I'm really honored to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
You know, you always had a home at Donny D's Words of Wisdom, Soul Sundays, Words of Inspiration,
Thank
and the Behind the Curtain show.
Thank you.
All right.
And also, people can buy my music online. So
There we go.
I'm on iTunes just under the name Corie, and I'm on Spotify. So, yeah.
Pick up a copy. All right. Well, it's about time that we check out some of your grooving and some of your music. So take it away.
All right.
All right.
Looking at me like I'm crazy, cause I don't do what everyone's doing lately. Won't go with the flow, gonna say no, so excuse me cause I gotta go. Why you tripping out when I don't wanna party? Why you tripping out when I don't get my body? All I wanna do is wanna serve the Lord and get to know him more. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, and I got the victory. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, I'm straight up royalty. Say you're doing your own thing, but you and your friends look and act the same. Say what you want, but as for me, I'm gonna live my life for eternity. Why you tripping out when I don't wanna party? Why you tripping out when I don't get my body? All I wanna do is wanna serve the Lord and get to know him more. I say, why you tripping out when I don't wanna party? Why you tripping out when I don't get my body? All I wanna do is wanna serve the Lord and get to know him more. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, and I got the victory. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, I'm straight up royalty. Like a candle in the night, I send out with my light, but it makes you want to fight, cause my light hurts your sight. So you try to blow it up with your words of fear and doubt. It just intensifies the fire. Now I'm only shining brighter, so either close your eyes or come on and join my side. Mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, and I got the victory. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, I'm straight up royalty. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, and I've got the victory. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, I'm straight up royalty. I'm straight up royalty. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of Him who has called you out of darkness and into His marvelous light. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, and I got the victory. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, I'm straight up royalty. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, and I got the victory. Don't try to mess with me, I'm not just anybody. I'm a child of God, you see, I'm straight up royalty. Sometimes you take away things in my life. Sometimes you take away what seems so right, so right. Sometimes you strip away all of my pride. Little did I know you were making room inside to get to where you've never gone. You gotta do some things you've never done. Looking past what you can see, just believe. Sometimes I wonder if you hear my cry. Sometimes my faith is weak, 'cause I'm walking by sight, by sight. Sometimes I ask how many more lonely nights. Up until now, I didn't understand why. To get to where you've never gone, you gotta do some things you've never done. Looking past what you can see, just believe. To get to where you've never gone, you gotta do some things you've never done. This is bigger than you and me, just believe. It's about to get greater, about to get lighter. The end of the tunnel is looking brighter. It's about to get greater, about to get shorter. Your promised land is just around the corner. To get to where you've never gone, you gotta do some things you've never done. Looking past what you can see, just believe. To get to where you've never gone, you gotta do some things you've never done. This is bigger than you and me, just believe, just believe. You have given me more than I can describe. Your mercy, grace, and love are filling up my life. No one loves me like you do, it's impossible. The love you have for me, it's incredible. Father, lover, friend, you're my everything. That's why I sing to you with every part of me. I wanna love you, Lord, with all my heart, soul, and strength. I wanna serve you, Lord, for the rest of my days. Every time I fall apart, you pick the pieces up. You put me back together and you show me love. You pursue me like no other when I step off track. Even when I hurt your heart, you always take me back. Father, lover, friend, you're my everything. That's why I sing to you with every part of me. I wanna love you, Lord, with all my heart, soul, and strength. I wanna serve you, Lord, for the rest of my days. I wanna love you, Lord, with all my heart, soul, and strength. Yeah, I wanna praise you from that secret, quiet place. I wanna love and love on you. I wanna show you how much I love and love you. That's what I came here to do, to worship in spirit and truth. So now I you from that secret, quiet place. Ooh, I wanna praise you from that secret, quiet place.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
Daddy, I'm gonna find you.
My poetry is about viewing the world as I saw it as a young man, and down to the ages I continued to write verse. I used that as a creative expression, but it also helped me through life because I could address certain issues, certain feelings, and certain appreciations. I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak, and suddenly I realized I was there where those other people were. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hey everybody, it's Donny D back again. Donny D's Words of Wisdom, Donny D's Soul Sundays, and Behind the Curtain Show. With me today, I have Nadia Hunter Bay, and she is a spoken word artist. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. You know, it's kind of trippy because I had some cancellations today, and I prayed on it. And I said, you know, I need a spoken word artist. I've been trying to get one on the show for the longest. Somebody who know what they're doing. And I've had some good ones on the show. And, you know, and I reached out to Zipporah, and she told me to check with you, and bam, here we are.
Yes, give thanks, Zipporah, for
Yes,
the nod. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I am a poetess, spoken word artist. I've been doing this about 10 years now.
Okay.
I am a host. Are you familiar with the World Stage in
Oh,
Leimert Park?
yeah.
Yeah, so Wednesdays, you know, we have what's called the Anansi Writers Workshop.
Okay.
And so second Wednesday of the month, I host there. And then also, World Stage also now has a press. And so I do layouts and stuff like that for all of our books and stuff. And
okay.
I have a book coming out.
You do?
Yes, November 15th at the World Stage. Come see me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's called The Restoration of Orange.
The Restoration of Orange. You guys hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
And, okay, so what poems are you going to do for us tonight? Or what should I call it? Should I call them poems? Should I call it, what should I call it? Poetry? What should I call it?
Well, poems are poetry. It's all the same love. I will be doing 2 poems for you tonight.
Okay.
The first one is called The Last One.
Okay.
And the second one is called J Pill.
Okay. Now, I used to go to a spot here in Pasadena where every other week, you know, it was every other Friday, we would meet here in Old Town Pasadena, and artists, spoken word artists from all over would meet down there. And and at the end, it was like in the 50s, everybody would,
You gotta give a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. It was really groovy, you know. But you know, it's such. I didn't know that it was such a work of art at the time. You know, the flow of it. You know.
Yeah.
And my hat's off to you because I can't do it. You know. And now some people think if you can rap, you can do poetry, and vice versa. What do you think about that?
I'm gonna say no, because there's some people that are very literary, you know, and you might be a very good, what we might call page poet or academic poet, but to stand there and write a rhyme or write a rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Like, that takes a certain kind of spirit, that takes a certain kind of energy to be able to do that. And I think it's a little bit disrespectful to think anybody can do anything.
Right.
These are art forms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they
Right.
deserve respect for.
Well, yeah, it's sort of like some of the Hollywood actors were getting upset with some of the rappers for acting at one time. They were saying, I was Ice Cube and Tupac actors. But you know.
Well, some of those rappers are, you know, their career, they're studio gangsters, so they're actors anyway. So
Studio gangsters. Okay, tell us, how can people contact you?
Okay, I am on Facebook, Nadia Hunter Bay, or you can reach me on Instagram at Nadia B Orange, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Well, listen, what we're about to do in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear some of this poetry of hers and sit back and relax and enjoy. And if you can't contact her, if you don't remember this information, contact me, Franklin Donny D. You know how.
That's right.
It's not in the post office either. Okay, just get that straight. But yeah, so contact me and I'll make sure that you're able to catch up with her. And let's get ready to check it out.
All right.
Peace.
The last one. The first in the defense of others, the last to be thanked or appreciated. I remember the beginning of the end. The one that everyone called last was the first to sound the alarm. Everyone turned and had the nerve to look shocked, as if she spoke out of what they thought was not her turn. She told them to be cool and tried to keep the peace, but they didn't heed her friendly admonition. So quietly, calmly, she sat and listened, steady stacking her evidence pile, for she knew that one day she would have to be both prosecution and defense. The people pushed the others away, wore them down till they quit or drowned in the crap that was constantly being spewed. Old people saw it coming, and they went in the house. Babies got quiet. Animals went to go lay down, for they knew that the last day was coming round. She cleared her throat. For some smart ones, that was all that needed to be said, but for the masses, she broke out her evidence ammunition instead. She shot down the liars with bullets of truth, left the backbiters to hang themselves with the same piece of rope that they had used to bind her kindred to the blues. Used a piece of mirror to cut out the tongues of the do as I say, not as I do. She used the rake of consciousness to help these ones pull themselves together. She offered the roughest kind of love as the glue to attempt to hold what was left of her community together. She handed out tissues and Band-Aids, for she is first in the defense of others and the last to be thanked or appreciated. Many have tried to work the last nerve, but she is now tired after justice being served, so please leave the last one alone. J. Pill. Her life hung on imbalanced hinges, screws a little looser than others were comfortable with. East Side Psych Ward compromises. Ego traded for temporary reprieve from heartbeat and cerebral thump that voiceless rage cultivates. Not voiceless because there is no testimony, but because nurture is dissolved when doing rounds. Pink scrubs seem to have no pockets for compassion, and stethoscopes are symbol that residency successfully removed all bedside manner. Mistreated, depreciated. Medicated, devalued. Mediocre, dismissal. She doesn't need their poison to see that they won't stop taking the drugs long enough to help her, so they call her crazy. Threaten her delicate imbalance with fines for needing help. Dignity will never clear her tab. But still, they throw it in a box she continues to climb out of, always taking her name tag off its side when she leaves. She is labeled and shamed for finally being brave enough to ask for help. I tell her, it's the Most High's way of reminding her both the medicine and poison are in you. Which well you choose to drink from will always be your choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Franklin Donny D, host of Donny D's Words of Wisdom, Donny D's Soul Sundays on Blog Talk Radio, Saturday nights and Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Also, author of Single Mother's Guide to Raising Black Boys. Pick up a copy. Check out the shows. and enjoy.